Hello you funky bunch, welcome back. Let's have a look at some one-handed cuts using Shadow Masters from Ellusionist. Okay, this one's called the Charlier cut. It's simple, easy to do, a nice fidget move. All you need to do is hold the deck in straddle grip, index finger on the top, pinky on the bottom, ring and middle finger on the opposite side of your thumb. Now you need to hold the deck quite high away from your palm, lift the top half up with your thumb and allow the bottom half to pivot into your palm. And at this point, the index finger moves to the bottom of the deck, and here is going to push the deck up across the bottom of the top pack, and then from here, when it's made contact with your thumb, you can drop your ring and middle finger away to allow the top packet to become the bottom packet, and then bring your index finger out and the cards will realign themselves, completing the cut. So it's top half up, ring finger underneath, pushes the bottom packet to your thumb. When it gets to your thumb, it simply moves back out of the way, allowing the packet to drop into your palm, and then you can close the cut. Okay, let's have a look at the Revolution cut. Similar to the Charlier cut, it starts out similar to the Charlier cut. It's a lot more impressive. So with the deck in straddle grip, lift off the top half of the deck and then take the index finger round to meet the ring and middle finger on the edge of the deck. And then the ring finger needs to come and pick up this corner. Now for that to happen, we need to push with our thumb. This needs to go out like this. We need to push with the thumb. It's difficult to do it slow. And then move the middle finger out of the way. And at this point, if I let go of my thumb, I've got the top packet in that grip with my ring finger and my index finger. Now it's going to take some practice. It's going to hurt for a little bit, but it's worth it. So lift the top packet up, index finger goes over, and then it's all in one motion. The middle finger goes away, the thumb comes over to give the bottom corner of the top packet to your ring finger, and then you can let go with your thumb and take the thumb back to act as a stop for the bottom packet. As you bend your index finger round, the top packet will rotate and then fall in, and you'll end up with your your index finger tucked under, which you can just remove and straighten up the deck. So again, lift the top half up, index finger over, ring finger to meet the corner, middle finger away, index finger keeps curling into the palm. Now what's happening with the index finger, it's just doing this. But because it's got the edge of that top packet, it's going to rotate in, and then at this point, allow this packet to drop in and then become the bottom packet, completing the cut. So top portion up, index finger over, swing the thumb around, move the middle finger, pick the deck up with your ring finger and curl your index finger in to complete the cut. Okay, the next one's called the scissor cut. Again, we've got the deck in the same grip for the Charlier cut and the Revolution cut. And what you need to do is take the top portion of the deck, but this time from the corner nearest your wrist. So take about anywhere between a third to half of the cards, lift them up, and this top packet is lifted up against the thumb and index finger. My other three fingers are holding the bottom packet. And what we need to do is rotate the thumb around the index finger, opening the hand up to clear the two corners. And then at this point, the little finger and ring finger are holding the deck, and if you just extend slightly, it'll allow the bottom packet to move away from the palm so we can clear these two corners and then rotate the thumb back in and close the cut. So pick up the top half with your thumb and your index finger and just rotate your thumb away, curling the wrist, allowing the corners to clear. As soon as the corners are cleared, rotate the thumb back in, keeping everything aligned with your index finger to complete the cut. It's very, very tricky when you start doing this one. You've got a lot of stretching to do in your hand, but you'll do it in no time. This next one-handed cut is called Kryptonite by Dan and Dave. It's a little bit difficult to do, certainly very, very nice to watch. And it incorporates one or two other one-handed cuts. So we need to, again, holding the deck in straddle grip and start out like we would do to do a Charlier cut, but instead of lifting the top half, we need to, this is a 3 packet cut, so we need to cut about 2/3 off the top, or if you prefer, allow 1/3 to drop into the palm. This one's called Kryptonite from Dan and Dave. Again, you need to hold the deck in the same position as Charlier cut, and we're going to be performing a modified Charlier cut and a revolution cut. Now, instead of picking up half of the deck with your thumb, like for the Charlier cut, what you need to do is pick up 2/3 of the deck and leave about 1/3 to go into your palm. And when your index finger goes to the back, on the Charlier cut, it will be pushing this bottom packet underneath the top packet. What it's going to do on this Kryptonite is cut the top packet in half, allowing you to push off the upper packet to create a Z. Now you'll be doing it in this orientation so the cards aren't going to fall down, but what you need to do at this point is allow your index finger to slide up underneath that top packet, curling the wrist and taking that entire portion of the deck from under the top packet, and just allow that to rest in the crotch of your middle finger and index finger being held with the tips of the ring and middle finger. Now from here, what you're going to do is rotate your thumb towards your pinky and perform a revolution cut with this middle packet. The bottom packet's going to stay in your palm and the external packet is going to stay where it is, because this is just going to rotate around it towards the pinky to allow the ring finger to grab that top packet, and then grab the opposite corner with your thumb and move your index finger out of the way. Now this revolution cut is not going to put this top packet underneath, so it's doing a full revolution and going back on top, and you should end up in that kind of position with the bottom packet in the crotch of those two fingers again, and being held with the ring finger and the middle finger. Now what you should be able to do here is kick this inside edge of the bottom packet up while you are lowering your index finger and taking the packet from the palm underneath that, what is now the top packet. So it's a little bit knacky, it's difficult to get the hang of, it's difficult to get your index finger to slide under. So lift up 2/3, take your index finger to the back and split that into a Z, and then curl the entire bottom two packets under, and then let that packet drop, and from here extend your thumb and revolve this packet around and put it back on top, kick the bottom packet up and replace on top, completing the cut. This one's called the Judo flip. What you need to do again, starting out with the deck in straddle grip, and it's the top third of the deck we're going to cut off into a packet, but this time you need to move your middle finger to the top edge next to your index finger, and it's from this inner corner that you're going to grab and split with your middle finger, like this. Move the middle finger to the opposite corner of your thumb, and then your thumb down to the bottom corner where the pinky is, and cut off about a third. Now, when you've cut this off, you need to drop your pinky and your ring finger so the packet that's closest to the palm kicks to 90 degrees, because we're going to lift this top third up and over that, so we end up in that kind of position. And when we get to there, the index finger is going to pull down and allow that top packet to do a rotation and extend out with the index finger behind it. And then from here, let the packet drop into your palm, over your index finger, and if you curl your index finger back round and allow this to revolve back and cut onto top. So it's a blind cut, you're not actually changing the order of any of the cards, it's just a fidget, it's just a move. So middle finger and thumb on opposite corners of the pack, pick up a third, drop the pack away, and then lever down with your index finger all the way through and extend so your index finger is pointing up on the back of the cards. Drop the bottom packet onto your palm and then rotate this back to complete the cut. So this is called the Charlier cut. What you need to do is drop the bottom half of the packet into your palm and then move your index finger to catch the front edge of that bottom packet and just lift it against the bottom of the top packet until it clears, and then simply allow that to collapse on itself. Once you've got the cards up to your thumb from underneath, it's just a case of clearing that and then they'll drop onto your index finger, which you can then move out of the way and the cards will complete the cut. Okay, this one's called the scissor cut. Again, you need to hold the deck in straddle grip, and you need to move your thumb to the bottom corner near where the pinky is and pick up a third to half of the deck. And what you're going to do is extend the thumb away and out towards your index finger, and when you get in line with your index finger, you need to extend and open your wrist and your palm to allow yourself to clear the two corners so you can complete the cut and get the deck back in one piece. So from here, pick up with the thumb and index finger, rotate all the way around. When you've got the corners clear, rotate back in to complete the cut. Okay, this one's called a revolution cut. Very nice to look at, very nice to perform. Again, if you've got the deck in straddle grip, what you're going to do is cut half of the deck away and move your index finger to the opposite edge to where your thumb is alongside your ring and middle finger, and then replace your pinky with the middle finger. Your pinky is holding the bottom packet. From here, your middle finger moves away, allowing your ring finger and index finger to rotate in and replace the packet underneath the packet you've had in your palm. So you need to cut, move your index finger and your ring finger, allow that packet to rotate round, and then just tuck your index finger in and close the cut. Okay, this one's called Kryptonite. You need to again hold the deck in straddle grip, release a third of the deck into your palm and move your index finger to the bottom half of the top packet. Split this with your middle finger and support the top two packets on your pinky, and then rotate your wrist in, allowing your index finger to slide under that top packet and let that drop, and just hold that there. and then this top packet is what's going to revolve again around your ring finger and index finger and get put back on top. It's not going underneath, it's going on top. And then from here, your ring finger and pinky can kick this packet upright to allow it to be put back on top. Again, this is a blind cut, so the entire deck does not change in order. This one's called the Judo flip, and we need to take the middle finger and thumb and pick up about 1/3 of the deck and rotate over the deck and push your middle finger up and point out so it revolves that top packet, and then let the inner packet collapse at the bottom of your index finger and rotate that back in. It's really difficult to do slow, well, it's difficult to do fast actually, but that's what we do. We just sit, we fidget. To rotate that back and get it on top of the deck, all you're doing is moving your index finger back around on top like that.